Alright, so in this video we're going to be making a temperature conversion program, a basic one for absolute beginners. So, well, how are we going to make it? We're going to be making it the same way like how we made our basic calculator and our weight conversion program. It's actually the same thing, it's just different formulas. So, well, yeah, if you guys want to do it with me, you guys can grab a PC, laptop, computer, anything, or if you guys just want to watch for the fun of it, grab like some chips, some, I don't know, cold drink, and let's get started. Alright, so let's make a temperature conversion program. So I have the formulas here. So the formula to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius is Fahrenheit equals to Celsius multiplied by 1.8 plus 32, or Fahrenheit equals to Celsius multiplied by 9 divided by 5 plus 32. And like the formula to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit is Celsius equals to Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8, or Celsius equals to Fahrenheit minus 32 multiplied by 5.9. You guys can actually get this from like Google or somewhere, so like no need to stress about this. Okay, so let's get to making it. The same thing as when we made a basic calculator and a weight conversion program. What do we need? What all variables do we need? So I think the first variable that we might need is a temperature, right? So let me write a temperature. So temperature, temperature equals to the input. What is it? Like enter a temperature. Enter a temperature. Okay, enter a temperature, and I'll just add a colon and a space because why not? And now the temperature that they're going to be adding is going to be in numbers. So I will typecast this to an integer because temperature, I wouldn't want my temperature to be like 19.5 degrees Celsius, right? Or like 77.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll typecast it to an integer. The second thing that we might need is a unit. So unit, and you guys can change these. I'm just keeping it random names. You guys could keep this anything. I'm just going with the most classy names, Like you guys can go with anything. For all you know, like this thing, like for all we know, this could just be X. But I feel unit sounds better. So unit equals to the input. Enter a unit of measurement. Enter a unit of measurement. And again, why am I doing typos? Because I'm in an absolutely awkward position right now. My keyboard is way too far from my mic and my head is like down because I watched some of my my Python 100 days week 1 video. My voice was absolutely horrible. Okay, so now let's start by adding a few if statements and an else if statement. So first let me just actually make this thing called here and like C/F so they know what to actually type and not just randomly go in. Okay, so if my unit is equal to, and yeah, I'm not gonna I mean I can still explain like why we're using two equal to's, because one equal to would be when we want to set our variable to something. Two equal to is when we want to set our if unit when it is equal to something. Yeah, when we want our variable to be equal to something, we do this, and if you want to see if that thing is equal, then we add two equal to's. Well, if it didn't make sense, I kind of apologize. I'll work on my explaining, okay? Okay, so if my unit equals to Celsius, I will make another variable called result. It could be any, I just like keeping it result for some reason. Okay, so result, and now my formula. So the formula to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, they're gonna give me Celsius, I will convert it to Fahrenheit. So actually Fahrenheit to Celsius. I think it's gonna be this, right? Okay, though this is the only part that actually tricks me getting formulas, but don't worry, I got this. Okay, so result, and like you don't need to worry about this and that. Technically, our result equals to is the same as F equals to and C equals to. So I want to find my Fahrenheit. So let's go with converting my Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, I'll go with the first formula because like why not? Okay, so F is my temperature. Actually, no, C, because they gave me a Celsius. Yeah, they gave me a Celsius. Okay. Here, stop yelling. Okay, so my temp multiplied by my temp multiplied by 1.8. I can add them in a bracket. Okay, temperature actually. There you go. So my temperature variable multiplied by 1.8 plus 32 is the formula. So my result equals to my temperature that gives multiplied by 1.8 plus 32. I could do this too, like I could have done temperature multiplied by 9 divided by 5 plus 32, but 1.8 that is the same thing, okay? And print, I'll add an F string, the temperature is add a pair of parentheses, yeah, a pair of curly parentheses, yeah, curly parentheses, and add my result variable inside this. So the temperature is this, and what if I want to add like the degree sign? So to add the degree sign, click Alt on your keyboard and type 0176. So Alt 0176 gives you the degree sign. So it's degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and make an else if now. Else if my unit equals to F Fahrenheit. Let me make my result variable, like a variable called result, equals to, now we need to go with this formula. I could go, let me go with this because like why not? Okay. So my Celsius, so Fahrenheit, so my temperature variable minus, which was that? Okay, minus 32 multiplied by 5 divided by 9. Okay, I could like actually add like this and this. Okay, so why did I add a parentheses here? It's fine even if I didn't, because there was no need to add a parentheses. But in normal math, if there is nothing here, that would be considered to be multiplication, right? But for coding, you gotta add a multiplication sign. Yeah, just wanted to say that. And just print Control C, Control V, and like why not? Let me even delete this. Here, so the temperature is result. Now how do we add a degree sign? If you guys remember it, write in the comment section below. So to write a degree sign, you click Alt on your keyboard and type 0176. It adds a degree sign and adds Celsius. Else, let's add an else statement too. Else print an F string, my unit. So my unit, and guys, I'll explain the whole code just in a second. So my unit, Control C, Control V, is invalid. Pick again. Okay, so now let's talk about what the whole code is about. So the first thing is, PyCharm is like, tell Python to make a variable called temperature and set that temperature to a user input, because I want to ask the user what temperature it is, and enter in the strings place, like say the quotes, double quotes, add enter a temperature. Once you do that, typecast the whole thing to an integer, because I don't want my number to be a string or a floating point or a boolean. I want it to be an integer. So like typecast it to an integer, and then tell Python to make another variable called unit and set unit to be equal to another input, because I want to ask the player, or like the user, to enter a unit of measurement, and I will specify it by C/F so they can add it. Okay, and then tell Python if unit is equal to Celsius, add another indent. Firstly, indent this, or like what do you call that? I think it's called indented, right? Yeah, so indent my result under my if statement, and keep the variable result equal to my formula temperature multiplied by 1.8 plus 32, and print an F string. The temperature is a pair of curly parentheses result, and you use a pair of curly parentheses to like actually use my variables inside my print statements. That's where you use like the F strings too. So yeah, and then to write a degree sign, go to your keyboard and type 0176. The PyCharm wasn't saying that to Python, I was saying that to you guys, and type F. Else if my unit is equal to Fahrenheit, my result variable, tell Python to make my result variable equal to the formula temperature minus 32 multiplied by 5 divided by 9, and print another F string, because I want to add my result variable inside my print statement, Type the temperature is a pair of curly parentheses result, and to add a degree sign, click Alt 0176 and add C for Celsius. Else, if my unit is not equal to C or is not equal to F, print unit is not a valid unit of measurement. So if I were to run the command right now, it says enter a temperature. Let me add 77 and let's go with Fahrenheit. This is supposed to be 25 degrees Celsius because like I'm a nerd. I went with F. Okay guys, my bad. You can go up here and type upper, because if you guys don't know, in my weight conversion program I went a little on my dot upper, dot lower and dot capitalize. So dot upper enters whatever user input I give here, it's gonna make it uppercase. So this is technically uppercase, so and I typed a lowercase, so it was like F is not valid, it's invalid. So yeah, I'll leave it dot upper because I said these to uppercase. However, if I change this to dot lower, then I'd have to like change this to dot lower and that to dot lower, or it would give me this exact same error. So if I were to go back here and type something like 77F, it doesn't work. So I'll change this to dot upper. Okay, now let's run this again. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 25 degrees Celsius. The same thing goes with if I go with 25 degrees Celsius. This should give me 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It does give me 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And I don't have to show the last one because like you guys saw this else twice in action. Let me just show it one more time. So like 23 chips. Chips is invalid. Yeah, you see how the chips is capitalized because of my dot upward, because my unit is here and like I added my unit to like here. So it says unit is not a valid unit of measurement. So yeah, that's basically it on how to make a temperature conversion program. If this video was helpful or entertaining even in the slightest, make sure you guys like, share and subscribe. Like, it's like it helps with my YouTube algorithm. Sharing is like, why not? Other people could like learn on how to do this as well, and subscribing is like a cherry on top. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.